Again, folks, my name's Ben Watson. This is actually the second video that I've done, or I will be doing, in the midst of doing, around connecting a Linux host to StorSimple volumes using a script that I've quickly knocked together to automate the end-to-end process. So the last video tailed off with us having the final output, so I was creating an initial volume and the script going through all of the initial steps about installing packages and applying certain parameters and configurations and so on and so forth. What I want to do is show you what happens. So what we need to do in order to attach multiple disks or multiple volumes to our Linux host. So what we will do is, quite simply, I'm going to clear out these outputs. I'm just going to run the script again, actually. Be help if I go back to the place where the script actually is. I'm going to rerun the script, and just for the sake of clarity, we have a mounted directory already, which is our current StorSimple disk, and these are 7 gig disks, and we can see that we've got one device mapper disk. This is our multipath disk, and one set of multipath. So that's all good. But we are perhaps we are using lots of data, and we need to expand our use on the host for more to allow more storage. So let's use the same iSCSI output log, because the script will actually append the log always rather than replacing it. Now on the existing volume, I created an ext4 file system. I'm actually going to create an ext3 partition, an ext3 file system, and we are going to mount this on StorSimple 02. So we've already got StorSimple 01 mounted, and we're going to mount it on StorSimple 02. Now, because we've already set these parameters around interface, so initiator interfaces and the target interfaces, certain things have already been established, such as iSCSI ADM connections to our StorSimple target, which basically, along with things like CHAP as well, which basically means that we don't actually need to make any additional we don't need to apply any additional parameters, basically. So we can actually just either enter through or quit these. Again, we just enter through these. We would like to just hit enter, enter, enter. We can see that a quick query shows us that we've already got our multipath, so device mapper multipath, our iSCSI initiator utils, and the SD3 utilities. The multipath daemon is already running. We assume that it must be configured. So because we don't actually, because the script is designed to be used on systems that may also have iSCSI sessions elsewhere, so we might have multipathing already installed, we might have iSCSI already installed, but not necessarily with StorSimple. Who on earth would want to use anything other than StorSimple? I never know, but that's a different story. That's just a joke, really, for clarity. StorSimple's very good, but not good for everything. So what we need to do now is go through and actually check the multipath.conf file to see whether there's anything StorSimple specific, and as we know there is, because we've already configured it. Yes, there is, but in a different situation there might not be. So this is just saying whether or not to add our StorSimple specific sections to an already existing etcm multipath.conf file. So now we've same prompt from the script to go and create ourselves some a volume. Now we've already created our access control record. Help if I log back in. So because we've already created our access control record from the last video, what we're going to do now is quite simply create ourselves a volume, or another volume. What was the last one I created? I think it was just iSCSI automation test. That's right. 001. So we're going to call this 002. Again, it's going to be another file server volume. To give us some clear differentiation, we're going to create a 4 gig volume. Now this is massive. We're doing some really data intensive processes. Again, we're going to leave it online. We're going to enable monitoring for the array so that when we're using the volume and we're looking at it from a StorSimple angle, we can tell what's going on, and daily cloud snapshot, which is our backup mechanism. Really cool. We're going to present it the same access control record. We're going to hit save. And this would help if I select a cloud configuration. My mistake. Done. Cool. So back to our prompts. We hit enter. We can see that we've already got some existing StorSimple iSCSI sessions identified. So we can now go through the rescan, and we do. There are a couple of ways that we rescan, but basically we just use the sys class SCSI host scan commands across all of the hosts that are actually active. When I say active, I mean present. I'm going to scan through, and again, success root. We have some multipath disks, and we shall begin. Final seatbelts. We're going to be getting this milk float going into hyperspace. So as per the last video, we did have a look at the IOPS report on the StorSimple device, and we saw some activity that was generated from us creating our file system on the volume, but then we missed all of the good stuff that happened. Not that there's too much good stuff, we're just missing a load of text we went back and talked through afterwards. But you can see that the creation is done. We've got a different set of multipaths. So we've got npath C as opposed to just npath B. So we're on DM4 now, again from the same StorSimple model. We've got a newly created mount point, and we can see that from a mount -l grep command. We're having a look in etc for our mounts, and it's obviously there. I know it's there because I've written the thing myself, and I know it's definitely there. And we do check etc for that. Our moment of truth, quick DD, and then we're done. And we're then show you the star voice. Back to you on the show. So we've looked at the outputting, so the logging that the script generates to our custom location, and I'm going to go back and actually have a look at it again, because this is the first stuff that we started. So this is from the original, or this is from the video part 1. We'll skip down a bit. So I think we are getting lost in text now. So we can see a clear end from one script and the start of another, and we've also got timestamps. So quick date and time check at the end of the other one, which was 21:19, and the start of our new one, which is 21:51. And again, we've set some basically we've given some parameters which set the variables, but we don't have the same variables set because we don't need to as the first one, because this is just quite simply, it's just an addendum. Everything's already there. Multipathing libraries installed, SCSI initiators installed, SG3 utils are installed. Again, we're RPMing, RPM-QA, and grepping for these packages, making sure they're both check config. Basically, we're just running check config -- list, and then we're grepping for our packages. ARP filter already applied, and it exists within etc syscontrol.conf. multipath D is already running. We can see that we've already got our existing multipath. This is just multipath minus LL, which gets piped into our output. And we're doing and this was when we were grepping multipath.conf file for StorSimple. Again, moving down, blah 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 blah. CHAP, we've done CHAP already. As we were connecting to the same access control record, CHAP's already applied, but that's fine. And this is the key thing. So this is a rescan that we've done at 2155. The physical disks that we have, and we've got E, F, and G now, as opposed to just B, C, and D. We've got the next three in line, and we've got another DM module. So that's our MPath C. Creating the file system. You can see, in addition to our 3 7 gig volumes that we're seeing, because we're seeing the same disk on multiple paths, and the device mapper multipath libraries are helping us to return these into a single decent view. And that's it. We can see we've got another mount. Oh, again, still can't count, still can't type. I was going to say still can't count. Hope I can still count. And we've got our extra discs. So we can do a quick reboot. The quick reboot will show us that once we have, even though we've got usable disks, I mean, as we already know, they're added to the etc fs tab. So when they come back up, the disks will be online. So I hope that was useful. And the next, so now that we've got our two volumes created, our 2 volumes mounted, file systems created, and they've been mounted to specific directories. The next video is going to have a look at another quick script that we've knocked together, which simplifies the migration process, or the movement of data, using rsync, which is a data, basically it's a data mover program which runs in Linux. So I hope you join us for that, and we'll sign out now. See you all soon.